Stop Thief. Thomas stood at Farquhar, the top station of his branch line. He had run round Annie and Clarabelle after the morning journey, and was a short rest before the run back down the valley. His driver and fireman stood beside his cab, talking to the guard, who brought startling news. "Did you guys know that the station master has been burgled last night?" he was asking. Thomas's driver shook his head. "You don't say!" he exclaimed. "I didn't know anything worth stealing." "He's won cups for gardening," exclaimed the fireman. "All taken, and they scoundrels had the cheek to pinch his car them away in." "Not the new one he's so proud of," said the driver. The guard nodded. At that moment, the signal rose to show that the line was clear. The driver and fireman climbed into Thomas's cab. The guard blew his whistle, waved his green flag, and got into Clarabelle, and Thomas set off. By the time they were through the tunnel, the train was running nicely. Road and railway were beside each other here, with only a stream between them. Thomas remembered his race with Bertie the bus. He'd only won because he went through the hill while Bertie had to go over it. A flash of color on the road ahead caught his eye. He tried to go faster to look more closely. "Steady, Thomas," said his driver. "There's plenty of time," answered Thomas. "Lots of cars look like that," laughed the driver. But he opened the regulator, and they began to draw level. There were 2 men in the car. They waved when they saw Thomas, and tried to go faster. "That's the car all right, Thomas," said the fireman. "And those 2 must be the thieves. But we can't stop them, and they'll be long gone before the next station. We need a pencil, paper, and something to put a note in," said the driver. "We'll throw a message out to the next signal box." Quickly, he wrote the note and put it in the fireman's empty lunch tin. Then, drawing ahead of the car, Thomas whistled to attract the signalman's attention. They slowed so that the fireman could throw the box up to him. And as they went past, both driver and fireman shouted, "Police!" at the top of their lungs. By now, the stolen car had gone well ahead, and Thomas didn't see it again. But the signalman telephoned police headquarters at once, and the thieves were stopped at a roadblock about 10 miles further on. That afternoon, Sir Topham Hatt traveled in Annie to Farquhar. When he got there, he and the station master climbed onto a porter's trolley. They told the passengers the whole story, and the station master thanked Thomas, his driver, and his fireman for their prompt action. The passengers cheered loudly, and they cheered even more when that the stolen station master's gardening cups had all been found undamaged in a sack in the booth in the car. "A long time ago," said Sir Topham Hatt, holding up his hand for silence, "Chalmers showed how valuable he is to the smooth running of my railway. I am sure you will all agree that today he has once again proved himself useful to be a really useful engine."